Hola amigos and welcome to today's video. So this video was requested by Kaylee. Thanks Kaylee. Hello Kaylee. So she requested me to make a Netflix recommendation list. So which Netflix shows I'm into and which I recommend you guys to watch. First recommendation is definitely 22 July. This movie is the most recent movie I've watched on Netflix and it's incredible, guys. If you grew up in Scandinavia, if you live in Scandinavia, this movie is going to hit home like crazy, especially if you live in Norway or used to live there, or even if you've just been there. It's a very emotional movie. It's about the terror attack that happened in Norway back on the 22nd of July back in 2011. So this was around 7 years ago, so it's been a while since then, but it's still like a very emotional movie. It basically focuses on the story of the survivors, what happened after the terror attack, what happened during the terror attack, like everything about that whole story. They have it in the movie. So it's based on a true story. I should have said that in the beginning. It's based on a true story. The reason why I love it so much is not only because of the story and the actors. Like, everyone were great. Everyone had a Norwegian accent, which made it so much more real. Almost throughout the whole movie I was crying because I could remember the day back in 2011 on July the 22nd. I can remember what I felt during that day, my emotions during that day, and the days following that day. Because what happened was, when this terror attack happened in Norway, I was living in Denmark. When we heard the story on the news, like, we were completely shocked. Like, I don't think you can really compare it to 9/11, but that was basically as close of a tragedy as 9/11 for me. So what happened was, during that day I was going to school. So in the morning I was like getting ready to go to school, and we heard that news, and it was scary because it's so close to Denmark, and we didn't know if, you know, the bad guy had been caught yet by that time, because the news came out really quickly. And I don't know, it was scary because you were like, oh my god, what if he comes to Denmark? What if somebody copies him in Denmark? And I was like, I think I was like 16, 17 during that time. The tragedy hit mostly young people because the bad guy, I don't want to say his name because we don't want to spread that around, but he went to this island, basically an island where there was a youth camp. So there were teens there, like tons of teens, and a few teachers. I mean, he killed so many teens. I think it was like 77 people, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm probably wrong, but I think 77 people died, like tons got hurt. I want you guys to watch the movie. I don't want to tell you guys the whole story, but basically that's what happened. He wanted to hit the government, and he wanted, like, I don't know, he wanted to basically stop like immigration, kind of. When this happened, we talked about it so much in school. We were all scared because he will eventually get out. He didn't get lifetime. Like, you can't get lifetime in Norway. So that was like, oh my god, what happens when he comes out in 2033, or I can't remember the date exactly. I think he got like 21 years only in prison. 21 years only. That should have been lifetime, but there's no such thing in Norway. But people say that he will never be able to get out because he will always remain a threat. So maybe he will never get out. I hope he will never get out. I recommend you guys watch it. It will make you cry, especially if you live in Scandinavia. My second recommendation is San Andreas. So San Andreas was a movie that got released, like, I feel like a few years ago, and it's starring Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock. And it's the only reason why I watched the movie, because I love The Rock. It's basically about San Andreas, the San Andreas fault in California, basically like collapsed. I know of San Andreas fault because of David Dobrik. He made a video where he pranked his friend Brandon that the San Andreas fault was like collapsing, and they all had to, you know, run away. Anyways, because of that prank, that's the only reason why I know of the San Andreas fault. So anyways, in the movie, it caused an earthquake. So there was an earthquake all over California, and so Dwayne Johnson, he's a pilot, like a rescue pilot, and basically throughout the whole movie he tries to save his family, his daughter, and he had previously lost a daughter, so he's very like protective about the only daughter he has left. And the shots in this movie was incredible, like tons of good special effects, guys. I loved it. It made me cry as well. Like movies make me cry really quickly and easily, so you know, you might not cry, but I always cry during movies. Third recommendation is The Walk. Now this movie I think was back in 2015, and this movie, oh my god, I remember when this came out, I was so excited because it was in 3D in cinemas. And basically The Walk is about Philippe Petit. I'm not sure about the name. He's French, or he was French. Is he still alive? Oh my god, I think he's still alive. I'm not sure. Oh my god, I don't know. But anyways, he did a high wire between the Twin Towers in New York. This was back in 1974, so nothing had happened yet. And basically he went from one Twin Tower to the next on a high wire. You know those thin wires you just walk across? He had nothing attached to him, guys. And he walked across that, and the whole movie is about his journey to get up there and to be able to walk across it. He did tons of training, and it was like a whole mission for him to be able to get up there. And oh my god, it's a true story, guys. I love true story movies. Those are the best movies because they are based on something that happened in real life, and that's why I love it. My classmates did tell me, because I didn't watch it in the cinemas because cinemas in Denmark are crazy expensive, but my classmates went there and they said it made them so nauseous because when you're watching in 3D and then it was so high up, you know, on the Twin Towers, and they felt like they were up there and they were looking down. It was so scary for them. So I remember that was a huge deal, that movie. Fourth movie recommendation is Benjy. Benjy is such a cute movie. It's about a dog. If you're a dog lover, you should watch this. I think it came out like last year or something. Such a cute movie. So it's basically about this stray dog, and he was walking around and he found these two kids who he really loved, and he went to them and they became best friends, and they took care of the dog without their mom knowing. And then there was this one scene, so heartbreaking, where the boy had to like get rid of the dog because their mom didn't want the dog, and he put like Benjy in the rain, and it made me cry. I cry during every movie, and I cried because it was so sad because the dog was alone in the rain again. Basically the kids got kidnapped, and then Benjy goes and saves them. I basically told you guys the whole movie, but not really. Watch it, guys. It's such a cute movie, perfect for family and kids. Recommendation number 5 is When a Stranger Calls. Now this movie is perfect because soon it's Halloween. You guys should totally watch this if you haven't yet. Even if you have, you should watch it again. This movie gave me nightmares for a long time. I remember this. So basically this movie is about this young girl. She's a teenager. She goes to this really like rich family, to their home, and she will babysit for the two kids there. And so the parents leaves her there, and she can, you know, eat whatever she wants from the fridge. And like, I remember that part of the movie. I was like, oh my god, I need to become a babysitter because you will get free food. But anyways, so the kids were already asleep, so all she needed to do was just be there. So throughout the movie, you know, things seems normal in the beginning, but suddenly a stranger calls. Hence the name of the movie. And basically throughout the movie, the stranger calls her and scares her until the point where he's inside of the home, and she has to like take the kids and run out and, you know, hide from the bad guy. And it's a really scary movie. Like, you will, oh, your heart will like beat like crazy. I remember I watched this when I was quite young. Perfect movie for Halloween. I watched it alone, and after this movie I was scared to pick up the phone again, because what if a stranger calls, you know. Number 6 is You Get Me, and this movie is not the movie I thought I would like. It's starring Bella Thorne, and I usually don't like her movies, just to be honest. But this movie I liked. It's about this boy who has a summer fling with Bella Thorne. They were together during the summer, and they were like, oh, I'm so in love, and they did some, you know, things. And school came back, and he didn't want anything to do with the girl anymore, with Bella Thorne. But Bella Thorne was like obsessed with him and kind of stalking him, and things started to get a bit weird because she started becoming like really obsessive with him. and you probably know what will happen after she gets really obsessed. She will get really crazy, and then crazy stuff will happen. Trust me, it's a good movie. So those are all of my favorite shows on Netflix that aren't super popular, because I wanted to tell you guys the movies that aren't super popular, because people often say, you know, their favorite movies and it's just the same thing in every video. But I do have a lot of favorites that are popular, so I'm just going to name them for you guys. Number 1, 13 Reasons Why. Obviously, I love that show. Season 1 and 2 are perfect. They are making a 3rd season, guys. I'm so excited. And if you haven't watched it, then I mean, are you living under a rock? Because oh my god, everyone has watched that. And it's a very like controversial TV show, but you should totally watch it if you can. Obviously don't watch it if you get triggered by stuff like that. 2nd is The Kissing Booth. Number 3 is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. That sounds like a song, but it's with Noah Calentino. He's basically in every teen movie right now. Sierra, I have to read this. Sierra Burgess is a Loser. I'm not sure about the pronunciation of that, but that's a great movie too. 5th recommendation is Lost. Now, this is a quite old TV show, but I loved Lost so much that I'm rewatching it right now. Tell me if you watched Lost, tell me what you think about the ending. I don't like the ending. And then 6th is Pretty Little Liars. You guys know I'm obsessed with it if you watched me for a long time. I loved PLL. Oh, it was such a big part of my late teens, I think. Yeah, it's my late teens, yeah. Oh my god, I watched this like when I was 16, 17. Oh my god. It's been a long time. I'm so old. 7th is Prison Break. I'm thinking about rewatching it. It's about Michael Scofield saving his brother from prison, breaking him out of prison. I loved Prison Break, especially season 1 and 2. I had a huge crush on Michael Scofield. 8th is a movie. It's The Parent Trap. Parent Trap is by far my favorite childhood movie, probably. It's a classic, guys. It's with Lindsay Lohan back when she was really little and super cute. And then 9th is Riverdale. Last but not the least, I'm watching Riverdale right now, and Riverdale is kind of like inspired by the Archie comics, but it's completely different from the Archie comics. Like, they only took the names basically. Those are all of my favorite TV shows and movies on Netflix. Tell me down below if you're going to watch any of my recommendations, and also leave your TV show and movie recommendations down below, because I am a huge movie and TV show junkie. Thank you so much, guys, for 26,000 subscribers. I have 26,200 something now. It's insane. I do not know why we grow so much in the subbies section, but thank you so much, guys. That's like crazy. We're almost at 30,000. Like, oh my god. Please go down below and subscribe to this channel, Artandbeautyfreak, and turn on the post notifications so you guys know when I upload a new video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Gracias por ver, and I will see you guys the next time. Adios, amigos. It almost makes me cry, like when I'm touching my skin like this, because it's so smooth.